Hiya, today we are out in Manchester. I'm going to do some cityscape photography. I'll explain why in a little bit. I want to start this video though with a shot that proved to be my nemesis. A shot that I tried to get a long time ago and couldn't because I didn't have the skill to be able to. Hopefully I've got the skill to be able to now. So I want to start off by shooting this here, which I know just looks like a bit of a wooden box. It's actually a staircase. It's got a really funky kind of square design. I'm just going to shoot going down it around between 2010 to 2012. I didn't know enough about shutter speed. Now shutter speed affected motion blur and sharpness of images, etc. And at the time I was shooting everything wide open as well, so I didn't really know what I was doing. Tried to shoot it, came out blurry, real mess. I'm not going to search through the archives to try and find it if I've even got it anymore, but I'm going to shoot it now and then we can get into the video proper. So a shot that absolutely flummoxed me years ago, nowadays I'm just going to find really simple, and it just shows you that you do photography for a long time, it just gets a hell of a lot easier. So I'm going to shoot this. I'm at 24mm on this lens, and that'll be a theme I think through this video. On 24mm, I'm just going to put my shutter speed to 1/25 of a second. At 24mm, that should be absolutely fine to keep it nice and steady. I'm going to go to 5.6 on the aperture because that's all I need. See, I've got to hang it over the edge like this to get the shot. So bring that screen up, and the histogram is telling me it's very dark, so pop that ISO up. ISO 1600. Yeah, I mean ISO 1600. Good. And I've got a shot that bothered me for years. It's a nice start to the evening. Let's crack on. I do not have enough shots of Manchester, enough cityscapes of Manchester, and it's because for personal work, I'm not overly interested in cityscapes. Never have been really. I like my landscapes. Give me the neon lights of Media City at Salford Quays, yes, but I've never really been overly motivated to come into Manchester City Centre and get some cityscapes. But it is absolutely something that is missing from my catalogue, and there's no doubt there's a huge market for Manchester cityscapes, so I just got to get with the program really. But I want to make it really simple. I don't want to overcomplicate anything, to be quite honest with you. I just want to deliver some images in as quick and as fast a time as possible, because quite frankly I don't enjoy shooting in Manchester City Centre. Which is probably why I don't shoot here more often, but I do need some of these shots. So I'm going to do it as quickly and easily as possible, and I suppose that will be the secret to today's video, is that all we're going to be doing is, what I want to share is the fact that don't have to overcomplicate stuff to get sellable shots. The shots that I'm going to get in today are going to be definitely sellable, and I'll show you just how easy, by using pretty much the same lens settings, focal length, the same settings throughout this entire shoot. I'm going to get set up for a next shot of trams pulling out of one of the busier stations in the city centre. There's a slight bend in the track just behind me here where this tram is going to go, and all the trams slow down quite a bit for it. I think that's going to work quite well for the look that I want for this first shot. I kind of just want slower shutter speed, a little bit of motion, but not enough that you can't tell what the tram is. I want to be able to make out the form of the tram, but have some movement in the lights. As you can see, there's pretty much a constant stream of trams in this station, which is why I picked it for a first set of shots. So make it relatively simple to get this shot, not too much hanging around, which goes into my idea of just getting them done quickly. I'm going to set up at f8, and I'm going to work pretty much for the entirety of this shoot at f8, f11. That's it, nothing more. I'm going to be working predominantly at 24mm. Everything that I do here is going to be at ISO 100, ISO 200, depending on the shutter speed that what I get. I think with this one, I'm going to go with about 1.3 seconds. That gives me a good exposure. I've got the tram coming towards me now. I am set up, and there we go. Oh yeah, that works actually. That works really well. And another thing as well, I'm shooting everything in black and white. So this tower thing here is actually a power generator, and it supposedly pumps out green power that powers this whole area, the southwest quadrant of Manchester city centre. We have the trams going across the top, and some cars coming up as well. So you can see the settings that I've got on this here is f30. They've just bumped up that aperture. I'll close down the aperture a little bit, just to get a little bit more shutter speed. And even though it's dark, this is all lit, this is all neon, and I don't want to blow the highlights on there or on the tram, and I want the 4 seconds to get the nice long exposure of the tram, but without blowing the highlights that come with it and the highlights that will appear. So in terms of the 4 seconds, that's what I want. In order to make sure that I'm maintaining my exposure, I've got up to f13. So this isn't really about depth of field of these focal lengths. It's just about maintaining exposure really at this point. But as you can see, it's a nice, easy setup, just a very, very easy shot. I am in slightly further. We've got another one coming here, so let's give this a go. Zoomed in ever so slightly, so I'm actually at 27mm on the lens. I've done that just to because I had a little bit of the tree encroaching, and I wanted a clearer view without the tree in. So just so I could maintain standing behind this tree, where the tripod and the camera is nice and protected from people and cyclists and all of the other things that come up and down the city centre route. I've just zoomed in a little bit, so actually that's 28mm. And I'm just going to go again. And the main kind of thing that I wanted to get across in this video was that photography doesn't have to be hard. My lens hasn't changed. My camera settings haven't changed that much. I've been working f8, f11, a couple of shots at f13, ISO 100, ISO 200, and then just moving the shutter speed around to capture the motion and the movement that I want to get. You pretty much go out into your local town, your local city, there's always something to shoot. I just get some good shots. In an hour and a quarter, I reckon, so far, I reckon I've got five, maybe 6 sellable shots that I can sell to businesses in the local area. And do landscape photography, as you know, as we do mostly on this channel, that doesn't happen. You'll go out for an hour and a quarter because the distances are too vast. You just you don't get the opportunity to take that many shots. I always think with landscape photography, in a full day, if you come away with 3 or 4 images, it's a good haul. Of course, you get your detail images, your story images and stuff as well. In terms of sellable print level images, 3 on a full day, 4 on a really good day. And so by doing this, I can actually have, over the course of a couple of nights, I'm sure, 15, 20 images of Manchester that are going to be sellable, and sellable to commercial properties as well, which is, so I'm honest, I'm talking about prints where the money is. My good friend Paul Cook has been talking about this a lot recently on his channel, how photographing the stuff that people have a connection to in the local area actually can improve your sales of print. I'm going to pop a link down in the description to Paul's latest video on that. I think he's doing a 3-part series on it, but one of the most interesting things on that is when he talks about the area and how as the area increases, the opportunity to sell decreases. Go and give it a watch, well worth it. I'm just going to be grabbing a couple of shots of what's called Central Library, which is the library which is just here. Trams again running across it, and then I think I'm going to call it a night. Well, leave me a comment down below. An hour in, I reckon by the time I finished it, an hour and a half, an hour and 35 minutes. What do you reckon? Good haul, worth my time. So happy day. This has been Let's Go Photography, and I'll see you guys on the next one pretty damn soon.